Hi, I'm Jackie Cristal and I'll be your chef for today. I'll be preparing a dish called Siete Mares, and that translates to 7 seas. And this dish has different names in different places. Actually, off the Pacific coast, they make it a lot because they have over 3,000 marine species there, and it includes 900 fish species. And this dish has been delighting people from pre-Hispanic to the indigenous tribes to the seafood gourmets of today. They have in these shores in the Latin America and the Caribbean different types of fish such as snapper and tuna and salmon and codriva, and also shellfish, which is mariscos like shrimp and lobster and crabs and mussels and clams. And we're going to be using some of these different seafoods and fish today. So in different places it has different names. For example, in Venezuela they call it siete potencias, which means something that's very powerful. They also call it rompecolchón, which means to break a mattress. So they're saying that it's aphrodisiac. Now in Cuba, they call it siete mares, but they put the heads of the fish in the stew, and it's supposed to make it more powerful. It's supposed to be great for hangovers. But for whatever you use it, it's a great dish, very tasty, and definitely powerful. Now I'm using today Alaskan cod, I'm using some shrimp, I have red snapper, scallops, salmon, I also have baby clams and smoked oysters, which are right here. Now in different ingredients I'm putting some mushrooms, I'm using a red bell pepper and green bell pepper, 2 potatoes, a tomato, I have half an onion, 3 pieces of garlic and lemon. So I'll start first by cutting the onion, but before you start cutting the onion, you gotta remember you gotta cut a piece of lemon and put the juice of the lemon on the onion so you won't start crying. I don't want to see you crying. So that's the first thing you cut and you put in the pan. Then you cut pieces of the garlic, and then we cut the tomato, but that's the last thing that we're gonna put in the pan because the tomato cooks really fast. So we don't want it to get overcooked. Now we cut the stems out, and then we slice them. And this gives great tasting to our stew. So we put them there. Make sure this is on. There we go. Now we cut our bell pepper in slices also. And then you start cutting the green peppers the same. And this soon is going to look like a beautiful, beautiful rainbow. So we put all this in our saucepan. We're going to add some spices. These are some New Orleans spices. And it has pepper and different things. It makes it smell really good and taste delicious. And now that you see that it's turning a little bit, the onions are turning golden, then we'll put the tomatoes inside that we cut earlier. While you're doing this, you have put already your pot to boil around 6 to 7 cups of water, and that's where you're going to put your fish, and the sofrito is going to go in there and everything else. Now this sofrito is almost done. The onions are already golden. Now remember that we're going to put potatoes in the stew, so you should be boiling the potatoes in the meantime. So let's cut them really quick, and then we're going to put them in our pot to boil. Okay, now we're going to start cutting our fish. First with a red snapper in little chunks, about an inch small. We're going to cut the scallops in little chunks too. And we have salmon. Now we're going to put all this in our pot and to start cooking that. Now we're going to add our sofrito to it. This is already done. It looks beautiful. And we're going to add a little bit of mushrooms. Don't forget our spices. Some of the spices is going to change the color too, make it look really pretty. And a cube of chicken. Now we also got to add the Alaskan cod. Cut into chunks too. Now you can use fish depending how many people you're cooking for is the amount that you use. I'm cooking for 6. Now let's not forget to put our clams and oysters. Well, let me check on the siete mares stew because I know it has to be ready. It smells so good. Yes, it's ready. Hi, Susie.
Hi. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, siete mares or siete potencias or rompecolchón, however you want to call it, it's a great stew and it's very powerful. And, like I said, it revives the dead.